Welcome to the Miami Heat Zone podcast. I'm your host, Martel Llewellyn. We're pushing to 5,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button, and thank you for all the support. The Heat front office has shot themselves in the foot the entirety of the Butler era, just so limited in every way possible to improve. No cap space, just one single first-round draft pick available to use in a trade. Would need to rely on packages headlined by current players. My thing about the Miami Heat is, first of all, they made a lot of mistakes, but then at the same time, certain things weren't their fault. So with the health, with all the injuries, that one isn't their fault. But then you can also say, well, if you had players playing specific roles, if you had talented guys on your team, you wouldn't rely on quote unquote culture and, guys playing above their means and just trying so hard every single night, resulting in injury. Also, too, when you look across the NBA, you're seeing all these different first round picks and assets going everywhere. The Miami Heat have failed to stack up assets. They let guys like Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, and the list goes on, walk out the door. I don't care what anyone says. You cannot build up talent. Think about it. There's not even that many teams that can do that in the NBA. You're building up talent. They leave your team and go make tens of millions of dollars, making 90 million, 50 million, 60 million. You're letting assets just walk out the door. Also, too, with Kyle Lowry, I think Kyle Lowry was a mistake. I know he was one of the premium free agents at the time. However, they failed to get off of Kyle Lowry. Because when you really look at the Terry Rozier trade, what was that really for? What did that really accomplish? Because even when he came to the Miami Heat, did he make us drastically better? Did he just flat out change the roster? No. There is still flaws with this Miami Heat roster that Terry Rozier could not fill. We lacked scoring. I guess he somewhat filled it, but at the same time, he didn't. We couldn't get 90 points in the 2024 season of the NBA. We still lack size. We still lack defense. We still lack perimeter shooting. I think one of the biggest flaws in this roster is that Bam and Jimmy aren't elite scorers, and we don't talk about that enough. I think they could score. They're good. They're 20-point per game scorers, but especially in this current NBA, bro, you need guys that can get you 30 to 40 points sometimes. Not every night, but you need guys that scoring comes effortless to them. I think that's one of the biggest things. I know they were counting on Tyler Herro for that, but Tyler Herro can't score effortlessly. Everything that Tyler Herro does, all these contested threes, step back, it's hard for Tyler Herro. Every time he goes to the rim, he's getting blocked. So the front office, they have a lot of explaining to do why they have no tradable assets, why nobody wants any of our players, and then also, too, the bad contracts. They gave Tyler Herro a $120 million contract, and he was hurt all these times. He really never proved himself. Think about it. This was the only playoffs. This past season was the only playoffs where he actually played decent, and even still, they still lost 4-1 outside of the bubble. Like, why are you going to pay Tyler Herro? What has he proven to earn a $120 million contract? The sixth man of the year? Same thing with Duncan Robinson. I understand that the market right now is high, but giving a guy like him at that time $90 million for what? What has he proven to actually get a $90 million contract that we've been trying to dig out of? I mean, he's finally starting to play decent, but between the contracts, barely managing their assets properly, letting guys walk for nothing, all these injuries, is just, where do the Miami Heat go right now? Where do we turn to? Because it's very hard for us to get a Trey, a Donovan, or a Lauri Markkanen when we don't really have the assets to go out and get those guys. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, comment, subscribe as we continue to push to 5,000 subscribers.